What's the deal? It's your boy J Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything. Today we have a huge starting lineup mail haul today. Probably gonna split this up into two. There's a bunch of figures, a bunch of grails here. I would say two grails for sure, and some other repeats. Like I've been telling people, I do think that there are some safe starting lineups that you guys can get into at a decent price, and at the same time, I think that this is all a crapshoot. You know what I'm saying? It's like this stuff has been around. It was popular at one point in time where the things were valuable. I just think that I needed to diversify my collection due to some of the mistakes that I made with my PSA 10s and 9s that I sold and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on. I've gotten into the starting lineups and other sport toys, McFarland's and things of that nature. So I hope you guys enjoy the pickups, and if you can get a vibe on how I'm going about my collection, you can follow along. So I'm not telling you guys to get anything that I'm not buying or I don't currently have. Today, we're going to kick this off right away. This is probably one of my favorite items. It's not a starting lineup. It is indeed the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. This is Gen 1 McFarland. I have a couple of these now. I don't think you can go wrong with these. These do look much, much better than the Kobe Bryant starting lineup, both of them. But I'm just not 100% sure if the value is going to translate. From the time I first started buying these, the prices kind of mellowed on them. They were going up at about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Looked like they were rising. Looks like they've kind of evened off a little bit. But I saw something today. The Hall of Fame for 2020 is getting inducted in May. So I still think that these will go up around that time. And I'm more than sure that they're going to probably do a Kobe doc or something, probably close to that time. So this is most definitely one to get, especially if you can find it in good condition. They have it in the gold jersey as well as the purple. Next up. Now, this is my first time acquiring one of these. With certain players, I think it's safe to get all of the figures. I'm also looking at this from a standpoint of players and not so much the rarity. That's something that I learned, and one of the guys who've been watching some of the videos stated to me about Barry Sanders versus the Emmitt Smith. Barry Sanders came out in 1990. The Emmitt Smith was 91. Apparently, the Emmitt Smith was not in many cases, so it's a lot more rare of a figure. So, but I kind of stick to the legends, and this one right here is a Georgetown Hoye, Allen Iverson. I really like the figure. With me getting this one, I'm missing two. I'm missing the 97 with the rookie card in it, and I'm also missing the 12-inch doll or whatnot. Now, the funny thing about that is the 97 about a month ago was going for like $5 or $6, but when people started getting into popping these open and grading them, the prices shot up. Now you see them for 150 some days, but also you can catch them on eBay sometime for $5 or $6. People don't really know what they're posting, and you see every day their sales of that particular figure for under $10, but I haven't run across it yet. All right, well, let's keep this in the Allen Iverson mode. I was able to acquire another. Is this open? All right. Well, I was able to acquire another Iverson rookie from 1996. Like I said, when I first got into this, like 2 months ago, you could have got these for under $20. Now they're gonna cost you anywhere between $30 and $75, and every once in a while you'll see a couple of sales for over $100. But this is an awesome figure. Um, yeah, so I'm actually in the market of getting as many of these as possible. After Kobe, the next influential players is Shaq and Iverson in terms of how people feel about them. You know, Tim Duncan might be on par or better than Kobe in certain aspects, but people care and love Kobe much more. And I think Allen Iverson is one of the next best things to that feeling that people have. All right, so next up, this is a very interesting one, and this is one most definitely from my private collection. 1994, the players in this particular set, um, one of my favorites of all times is Steve Avery, Atlanta Brave lefty. He was like one of the youngest players in the NLCS, putting up numbers, striking people out. He wore number 3. I wore number 33. He was left-handed. I loved this guy to death as a kid, man. So I had an opportunity to pick one up. I was able to get it, but if you can tell right here, it was open. Um, this is actually a figure that I might even open up and display due to the fact that this is kind of like my guy. But they did give me half my money back. So once again, like if you're buying these from a seller, I would always ask the seller to make sure that they ship it in a box and not a mailer. This guy shipped that in a mailer and it came to me jacked up. So if it's messed up, and if it's messed up too bad on a figure that I don't really care too much about, I'm going to return it. And typically, what I tell them is like, hey, the figure's jacked up. You have an option. You give me half my money back, or send me a full refund with a envelope. And to be honest with you, in most situations, in most cases, they just send you half your money back. All right. So this one right here is a 1990, and he's actually one of the most disrespected players or legends anyway. And I just realized this thing has creases all over the back, but didn't pay much for this in particular, and I don't know if you can make this out, but this is no other than David Robinson, the Admiral. Um, I got a bunch of these, man. I honestly thought that this would be much more valuable. If you guys, most of you people who are out there watching this probably aren't old enough to remember David Robinson's rookie card, the 89, was it the 88, 89 hoops, was like the biggest card in the sport at one point in time, just like the Jose Canseco 86 and all that stuff. But everybody wanted the David Robinson. He had an interesting situation. He still had a year left to do in the military or in the Navy. So he had to wait to come over and play in the league. So he came into the league. He was one of the greatest centers of all time. And until Kobe went for 81, he had the third or the second highest point output in a game, which was 71 points. He did. I can't remember who he did it against, but dude was a great player, awesome role model and mentor for Tim Duncan, and they got a chance to win a couple championships together. But these right here, I think, are a no-brainer. I think you can get them for under $20 all day. In a lot of cases, I wind up getting them for like $5 or $6 with $6 or $7 shipping. So it's always under $15. All right. So this next one came as a trifecta. I don't want these to fall. Okay. So these three came at a great deal. I believe everything came up to $71 for these particular three that came. Um, I really only cared about one of them though. And the one, let's see what order they're in. All right, so that's the one I cared about. So let's go with the first two. Um, First off, it came with a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that is it's in really good shape except this one bottom corner. I mean, this thing is like damn near flawless. It's no creases so much. It's has like a little weird crease at the top, but it's in really good condition. Um, I actually kick. I'm still kicking myself. I had an opportunity about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Guy had 21 of these and was selling them for $150, and I just would not pull the trigger on it. I kept getting other items. You know what I'm saying? And he even broke it down. Was like, look, man, I'm selling them for like $5.50 a piece, and these things are selling for $25, $30 a piece all day right now. And I could have really came up, and that would have given me a good jump start in this market. But they were in really good shape too. It looked like there were a couple of cases, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. You know, I had the same opportunity with some Bo Jackson baseball ones. Didn't pull the trigger on it, and yeah. So this one's actually pretty cool. The card is in really good shape on this. Now, it's one reason why I didn't trip too much about some of the little issues around the border or whatnot, and that little crease right here, little thing here. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the best shape, but it's okay, right? And the second one, you know, uh, has some writing on it. Looks like it might have come from the store or whatnot. Uh, this one is a Akeem Olajuwon. Um, it's okay. Some yellowing. This would be a figure that I would not keep. They also have a little creasing here. Um, you know, like I said, I paid 70. I think with shipping, tax, everything was like $70. But if these two here, I was able to get $20 for them or whatever, that wouldn't be so bad. But I have probably, I think, 3 or 4 of the Elijah Wands. I have 3 Kareems. The Kareems I have are in really good shape, so I'm not tripping too much. But this is the one that I was really concentrated on. I was hoping, saying I just realized this thing has a crease in it. I may have to, yeah, this thing is creased all at the top. I may have to hit the owner up. I didn't realize it was in this bad condition. This light here actually shows these things off a lot better. Um, yeah, so you got a Charles Barkley, and the Charles Barkley, it looked pretty clean. Typically with the Barkleys, I don't know what it is about the Barkley, but a lot of them are yellow. This one showed pretty good, but now I'm looking at it up close. I mean, it has some issues on the back. Uh, the front's okay. If the front was like this and the back didn't have any creases, I would be fine with it. But for $71, I would much rather just take the $71 and buy a Barkley that is gem. You know what I'm saying? And you can get the Barkley for about $75. Most people who have the Barkleys want to sell them for about $75. So I would much rather send those 3 back and then just go through the process again. All right. So next up, wait, do I want to do this? All right. So we're going to do 2 more in this particular video. Then we're going to do a part 2. All right. So this one right here is, I think, of the McFarland toys, I think you have to get this one. LeBron James, Series 5 rookie. You can find these things all day for under $25, under $30 for sure. I was able to get the red jersey variation, which is much harder to get, and also you're gonna pay a little bit more for it. Got this one right at $18 or something like that. It's his rookie. Like I said, I saw the Tom Brady. Tom Brady recently sold for almost $350. When I first got back into this, like 2 months ago, you could have gotten that Brady for under $20 in some cases. So I just don't see a situation where the LeBron at some point doesn't go crazy. If you look behind me, right behind me, those are all LeBrons. I think I have 7 up there. I'm trying to get like 10 or 15 of them. This one's kind of dusty, but like I said, I didn't pay a tremendous amount of money for it, so I'm not, see how dusty it is. But yeah, this is not a bad one. Now, next up is one that I actually purchased like 10 years ago. And I'm gonna actually open it up. Um, I used to collect cards. You go to the card shop they had, and since then the card shop actually closed down. It was like these 2 brothers that were like super nerds, and they were good guys, and I wish they would have been able to be around now and capitalize on their love of cards, but they weren't. And this is when I found out that these things actually turn yellow. This has been in my like in my office area upstairs. It gets extremely hot, and it turned. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So this one right here is the Barry Sanders. 19, I believe this is the 1999, if I'm not mistaken, and it's pretty cool, man. What year is this? This is yes, 1999, and it's like a robo. I guess they call it the stiff arm. You know, it's pretty cool, and it comes with a football. Comes with like a couple footballs, and so it's pretty cool, and it has a helmet. Like so, I've never. And the funny thing is, for all that time I've had this thing, I never even thought about opening it. But and it has like some sort of catch action or something. But it's pretty cool. Swivels and stuff like that. And I don't know what this is. I don't know if this helps it stand up or something. But it was coming loose, so I went ahead and opened it up. But yeah, so this is a cool little thing. I'll probably have it displaying back here. But yeah, so this is part one of the last mail day, and we'll come right back behind it with part two. All right, guys.